Hey, 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 what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. For those of you that remember, this is Studio A. I got some new gear here, all geared up and ready. Listen, when God gives you something, a gift or whatever, sometimes it takes a while for you to get to the ultimate goal. We're going to touch on that later. We're going to talk about what's happening in this stock market. Now we're not going to touch crypto today, just the stock market. Listen, so we had a week of data. The two major data points that came out this past week was JOLTS, and then we had the jobs. And because Friday was a holiday, the jobs came out on Thursday, okay? And the market went down on negative news. Now, negative news was supposed to be positive for the stock market because of the correlation with the Fed and lowering interest rates. Won't bore you with that. We went over that time after time. But at the same time, here comes the AI scare. Here comes the semiconductor scare. Here comes the CapEx scare. Here comes we spent too much money on AI scare. And I believe it's just a scare. We go from greed to fear in a split second. And it's by design because these news media, meaning CNBC, Fox Business, Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg, they all do the same thing. They whipsaw our emotions, and then one tweet, one short by Michael Berry or whatever, it just sends the market into a tailspin. Well, here on Stock Up, we've been steady. We've had our eye on the prize and we had our finger on the pulse, and we've been steady and we don't fear, right? As a matter of fact, we buy fear and we sell greed. So ever since before the war, before the CapEx spend, before the war, and before the tariff, before Liberation Day, all of this, we've had a pulse, we've had a plan, and every time we get thrown a curveball, when I say we, Stock Up with Larry Jones, it's not just Larry Jones, it's we the family, okay? And when I say we have been planning and we've been doing the right thing thus far. Somebody, it's crazy to me that somebody says, Larry always wins. He's making me sick. He always wins. Well, come on, get on the winning side. There's a old gospel group called Commission. Get on the winning side, all right? So come win with us. Don't be mad. Be glad. If you're watching the page, I don't understand it. I'll come back and address you later too. So I'm just saying that we have had all of these data points, and now the next thing is what? Jobs? No, it is earnings. Earnings, earnings, earnings. So now, I just want to tell you guys that we could have strong earnings and the market still cool off. I have been saying, somebody said in one of my videos, Larry, you didn't tell us the market was going to fall. I was just like, are you kidding me? Let me look into my crystal ball, all right? Yes, Nancy. So guys, I don't control the stock market, but all I know, we were ready. If you look at all of the videos the week before then, I said we're going to have summer chop. I said we're going to have a lower lows and lower highs. And I've been preaching, get ready, get ready, get ready. I sound like TD Jakes. Get ready, get ready, get ready. But for those of us that are listening, we see it as a time of opportunity and not a time of fear. See, you have some people in the market that are gamblers, and you have some that know that if you are strategic and plan, you can make money continually, regardless if the market goes up or down. As a matter of fact, we buy fear when the market goes down. Not every dip, but specific dips. And we have been profitable, okay? Because we do a lot of study, right? And we have a lot of smart people that follow the page, not just me, a lot of smart people. And we take the data, and just know that it doesn't matter what they throw at us, we can continue to make money. And it's not just Larry. Don't get mad at Larry. Get mad at the whole Money Moves team. Get mad at all the Stock Up with Larry Jones, because Most of us are making money. 98% of my followers are making money or have made money. Yes, there's going to be some losses. And yes, Larry has losses too. But you know what I do? I count it all joy, which leads me to my inspiration of the day. Count it all joy. Why was I thinking about this? I heard that whining song came on, Count It All Joy. I wish I could play it. I love that song so much. But I want to encourage the one person that comes here and they say, hey, Larry, I made a video, yesterday's video, and it talked about, or my last video, it talked about how you can become a millionaire. It talked about if you plan now, how you can retire. And of course, I went over your entire work history. And of course, you have comments like, Larry, I can't. You don't understand. I have bills, right? You don't understand. I'm 50. I read that and I laughed. You are 50. I have people following me that's 72. You're 50 and you say you don't have that much time. Well, I also, in this video that you're going to watch after this, share with you what you have to do. Now, take responsibility just like I did. And don't have any excuses. Excuses don't work. Excuses are just going to keep you in a posture of failure. Okay? As a matter of fact, the scripture says, count it all joy. So what do I do? Or what did I do? Yeah, you said, Larry, I got kids. I had kids too. Larry, I got bills. I had bills too, right? There's people here that got 10 times the bills you have, right? The difference is the one or two that comes on and complain, they won't do anything. There are people here that got 2 and 3 jobs. God bless you. You're doing something about it, okay? I drove Uber for 2 years. There was 12 of us living in an 1100 square foot house in the west side of Chicago. Come on, okay? You're watching me on $1,200 devices, $2,000 devices, and you get the new one every single time. I'm talking to the one that's complaining, right? And then you're spending your money on video games, sir, purses and shoes, ma'am, but you want to come and complain, right? When you got people out here that have more kids than you have, more bills, and they are doing something about it. My credit score used to be 450, now it's 850. Why? I did something about it. It took years. I took responsibility. I understand that no one's coming to save me, and I understand that I made these bills. Listen, I'm not getting on your case. I'm encouraging you to start the path and trust the process. Start the path, get on the road, start to work. I did a side hustle. I was working 10 hours a day and I was driving Uber. But one of you were at home while the other ones were working the second job to get out of the mess. And then they've become profitable. I've seen too many comments. Please leave me a comment of ones that was buried in debt but got their way out. The ones that took the time and learned, and they're not watching senseless, mindless YouTube videos, but they're watching educational ones. The ones that have opened up a Roth IRA and started investing. The ones that say, hey, I'm going to downsize, right? People have downsized their homes. People have downsized their cars. People have went without and say, I'm not going to go on a vacation for 3 years. And the husband and wife both have side hustles, and now they have money in the bank, debt paid off. It is doable. But doing nothing and complaining, you're in the wrong place. We got too many hard workers here that see the light of the tunnel, okay? They see the light at the end of the tunnel. Listen to this. If you don't believe me, believe the good book. The good book says, count it all joy. James 1, 2 through 3. Count it all joy count it all joy, counts it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith proceeds steadfastness. Steadfastness is that temperance I was talking about, okay? All right, now this famous passage from the New Testament is suggesting that we should be happy about suffering itself, Now get the whole message. It teaches us we can have a deep underlying peace and joy during hard times because we know that God uses those struggles to build our endurance and faith. Watch this. The passage continues in James 1 and 4 to explain the ultimate goal of these trials. See, the trials have a goal, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. Okay? So if you don't believe and receive that, then there's no help for you. But the other people that are listening and they are receiving this, they are believing and receiving this, 83% of the stuff you worry about never come to pass. So what are you going to do? Put your faith in God, hitch up work and faith. Okay? Faith without works is dead. If you got one without the other, it does not work. Okay? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay? How do you walk 1,000,000 miles? One step at a time. So don't complain. Get to work. Okay? Get to work. And I want to encourage you. I wish I can play this song by the Winans. I will, but I'm going to leave you by saying, count it all joy. Okay? And when you do what's necessary, God will take care of the rest. Your blessing may be around the corner. God may be waiting on you to at least start the journey, and he could bless you financially any way and any day he sees fit. That's my message for today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off by saying live, love, laugh, and learn. There's some links below, but today I'm excited about count it all joy, okay? And you say, Larry, you don't understand. Brother, I've been shot. I've been stabbed trying to go to school, okay? I had a failed marriage, put my clothes in a garbage bag and lived in my van, all right? I got called out over the intercom when I was at DeVry Institute of Technology, and they said, you've run out of money in front of everybody, okay? Went home and found my girlfriend with another dude the same day, all right? Listen, people have trials. I've lost my brother, my mother, my father, my grandmother. I've had trials and tribulations, and some of them are 10 times worse than you. So stop your whining and get to work, right? And then you know what? During your hard times, count it all joy, all right? All right, we're going to leave it right there. Be thankful for everything.
And in everything, count it all. Take away your glass.